Money. We all think about it. We all worry about it. Sometimes it feels like money controls our life. Maybe you feel afraid because you don't have enough. Maybe you feel angry because others seem to have more. Or maybe you feel lost because no matter how much you earn, peace never stays with you. Have you ever felt that money is both your friend and your enemy? Comment if you've ever felt this way. This video is about something deeper than coins, notes, or numbers on a screen. It is about the psychology of money. It is about how our mind, our emotions, and our choices shape the way money enters and leaves our life. Many people think money is only about math, but it is not. It is about behavior. It is about patience, fear, hope, and desire. In this journey, we will walk together through 12 big lessons. We will see why rich people can feel poor, why poor people can sometimes feel free, and why happiness is not always inside a bank account. You will learn how to look at money with new eyes. You will feel lighter, calmer, and stronger. By the end of this video, you will not only understand money better, you will understand yourself better. Chapter 1. The story we tell ourselves about money. Every person has a money story. It begins in childhood. Some children see their parents fight about bills. Some see their parents save every coin carefully. Others see money used for joy, gifts, and celebration. And these early memories become the invisible script in our mind. We carry them like a secret notebook, and they guide how we think about money when we grow older. Think about your own story. Did you grow up in a house where money was always missing? Then maybe you fear spending even when you can afford it. Did you grow up in a house where money was plenty? Then maybe you don't think before buying something. None of this is wrong. It is simply your psychology of money. It is the story your brain repeats. I remember meeting a man who earned very little. He worked long hours. His clothes were simple. His shoes were worn, but his eyes were calm. He once told me, "I never think I am poor. I think I am rich because I have peace." His story about money was not about numbers. It was about what money meant to him. That was his truth. Now compare him with another man I once met. He had a big house, 2 cars, and a job that paid more in a month than most people earn in a year. Yet he was always restless. He checked his phone every hour, looking at numbers in the stock market. He could not sleep well at night. He always thought someone else had more. His story was about fear. He feared losing what he had. Do you see? The story we tell ourselves matters more than the money itself. Money is paper, numbers, and metal. But inside our heart, it becomes something else. For one person, it is safety. For another, it is power. For another, it is love, or freedom, or fear. Here is the surprising truth. You are not controlled by money. You are controlled by the story you tell about money. If your story says, "I will never have enough," you will always feel poor, no matter how much you earn. If your story says, "Money is my tool, not my master," then even small amounts will bring you peace. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is your story about money? Do you believe it gives you freedom, or do you believe it steals your peace? Your answer will show more about your life than the balance in your account. Remember this line, because it is powerful. Your money story is your money reality. Change the story, and you change your future. And this is where our journey begins, because in the next chapters, we will explore how patience, fear, desire, and choices all shape the way money lives with us. But before we move forward, take a deep breath and look inside. Your psychology of money begins not in the bank, but in your mind. Chapter 2. Enough is never enough. One of the biggest lessons from the psychology of money is this. No matter how much money people have, they often feel it is not enough. Think about it. A person who earns $100 dreams of 1,000. The one who earns 1,000 dreams of 10,000. And the one with 10,000 dreams of 100,000. The ladder never ends. The higher you climb, the more you see there is still another step above you. Why does this happen? It happens because money is not only about survival. After we meet our basic needs, money becomes about comparison. We look at others. We see their clothes, their house, their vacations, their success, and we begin to feel small. This feeling whispers inside us, "You need more. Only then you will be safe. Only then you will be happy." But the truth is, this voice never stops. The moment you reach one goal, another appears. The hunger never leaves. Let me tell you a small story. A businessman once had a fortune of millions, but he lost it in the stock market. He still had enough to live well for 10 lifetimes. But when asked how he felt, he said, "I am ruined." Why? Because his mind compared what he lost to what he once had, not to what he still owned. His enough was stolen by comparison. Now imagine another story. A fisherman wakes up early, catches enough fish to feed his family, sells a few in the market, and spends the evening laughing with his children. When asked why he doesn't try to catch more fish, to buy more boats, to build a bigger business, he says, "I already have enough. Why should I chase more?" He is richer in peace than many millionaires. Do you see the difference? Enough is not a number. Enough is a decision. You can decide today what enough means to you. If you do not decide, the world will decide for you, and the world will always say, "More, more, more." Here is a powerful line to remember. The fastest way to feel rich is to decide what enough means for you. So ask yourself, what is enough for you? Enough food? Enough comfort? Enough safety? Enough love? If you do not stop and define it, you will run forever in circles, chasing numbers that never bring peace. Think carefully about this. The richest people are not the ones who earn the most, but the ones who know when to stop running. Because when you say, "I have enough," you are finally free. Chapter 3. The Invisible Power of Compounding. There is a quiet magic in the world of money. It does not shout. It does not show itself in one day. But over time, it builds something bigger than you can imagine. This magic is called compounding. Compounding is simple. It means that small things, repeated again and again, grow into something great. When you save a little money and it earns interest, the next time, the interest also earns interest. The growth is not just from your effort, but from time itself. It is like planting a seed. At first, you only see a small sprout, but give it years, and you will see a tree that gives fruit, shade, and life. Albert Einstein once called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. Why? Because it takes something small and turns it into something beyond belief. But here is the truth. Most people cannot see it. They stop too early. They want quick results. They give up before the magic begins, and so they never taste its fruit. Let me give you an example. Imagine two friends. One saves $10 every week. The other saves nothing. At first, there is no big difference. After 1 month, it is only $40. After 1 year, just over $500. It still looks small, but give it 10 years, 20 years, with interest, with compounding, it becomes thousands, while the other friend still has nothing. The difference is not the money itself. The difference is patience. Compounding is not only about money, it is also about life. Every time you practice English for 10 minutes, it compounds. Every time you show kindness, it compounds. Every time you choose to learn instead of wasting time, it compounds. In the moment, it feels small, but in the future, it feels powerful. Here is the surprise. Wealth does not come from one big win. It comes from small, patient steps, repeated over time. The problem is that human beings are not built for patience. We live in the now. We want to see results today. We do not see the invisible work happening quietly behind the curtain of time. And so we quit too soon. Retention spike. Compounding rewards those who wait. It punishes those who rush. Think of Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. He did not become rich overnight. Most of his wealth came after he turned 60. Why? Because his money had decades to grow. His secret was not genius. His secret was patience. So, my friend, ask yourself, where can you plant your seed today? Not for tomorrow, not for next week, but for the future. If you understand compounding, you will no longer laugh at small beginnings. You will honor them. Because you know that small beginnings, with time, become great endings. Chapter 4. Luck, Risk, and the Unknown. Life is not fair. This is a truth we all feel but rarely want to accept. Some people are born in rich families. Some are born in poor families. Some get opportunities by accident. Others face problems they never deserved. In money, just like in life, luck and risk are always there. Luck is when something good happens that you did not control. Risk is when something bad happens that you did not expect. They are two sides of the same coin. We often celebrate luck in others and blame risk when it touches us. But both are part of the same story. Think of Bill Gates. He became one of the richest men in the world. Yes, he was smart, disciplined, and worked hard. But he was also lucky. He went to one of the only schools in America at that time that had a computer. If he had been born somewhere else, his story might have been very different. That is luck. Now think of someone who worked hard all their life, saved money, and opened a small shop. Then one day, a natural disaster, a fire, or a sudden illness destroyed it all. That is risk. It was not their fault. But life does not ask permission before it changes everything. Here is the danger. We often see success and think it was only hard work. We see failure and think it was only weakness. But the truth is, both are mixed with luck and risk. Success is never pure. Failure is never final. There are hidden forces we cannot see. So what can we do? We cannot control luck. We cannot remove risk. But we can prepare our heart. We can live with humility. We can respect people who fail, because maybe they were simply unlucky. And we can be gentle with our own success, because maybe luck helped us more than we think. Retention spike. Do not worship success. Do not shame failure. Both are touched by luck and risk. The psychology of money teaches us this. Be careful when judging others. If you see a poor man, do not think he is lazy. If you see a rich man, do not think he is only wise. Life is more complex. Invisible hands are always moving. And for your own life, accept that risk is always there. This does not mean you should fear everything. It means you should not put yourself in a place where one bad risk destroys you completely. Always keep a margin of safety. Always keep some protection, some backup, some space to breathe. Because when risk comes, it does not knock on the door. It enters suddenly. At the same time, be grateful for your luck. Maybe you were lucky to meet a teacher who inspired you. Lucky to find a book that changed your mind. Lucky to be healthy today. These are gifts. If you see them as luck, you will live with gratitude, not arrogance. So, my friend, remember, Life is a mix of what you control and what you cannot. Money is no different. Walk carefully, walk humbly, and respect both luck and risk. Chapter 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Many people dream of getting rich. They think about the first big break, the winning chance, the sudden rise. But very few think about what happens after that. Getting money and keeping money are two different skills, and this is where most people fail. Getting wealthy often comes from risk, courage, bold moves, and even luck. But staying wealthy requires something very different: humility, fear, and patience. Think about it. To grow money, you often have to take risks. But to protect money, you have to respect risk. These two mindsets fight inside us. That is why many people win once and then lose everything. I once read about a man who won the lottery. Millions of dollars. He thought he was free forever. But in a few years, he was bankrupt. Why? Because he knew how to get money, but not how to keep it. He spent fast, trusted the wrong people, and forgot about risk. His story is not rare. Many who rise quickly fall just as quickly. On the other hand, there are families that stay wealthy for generations. How do they do it? They respect three simple words. Don't lose money. They are careful. They live with less than they could. They always keep something safe. They know that survival is the true goal. Retention spike. You do not need big genius to get rich. You need humility to stay rich. Think about Warren Buffett again. His greatest strength is not that he is the smartest investor. His strength is that he survives. He avoids disaster. He never bets everything. He plays the long game. That is why his wealth grew with time. And this lesson is not only about money. It is about life. Maybe you built a relationship. Getting it was hard, but keeping it requires daily patience. Maybe you built a healthy body. Getting strong was one thing, but staying healthy requires constant care. The same is true with money. Getting it and keeping it are not the same. So, what does this mean for you? It means respect your survival. Do not risk so much that one mistake destroys your future. Do not live so close to the edge that a small push throws you off. Do not confuse courage with carelessness. True wisdom is to grow while also protecting. Always remember this. Success is not about one lucky moment. Success is about not being destroyed by unlucky moments. The world is full of surprises. If you want wealth, learn to keep it as carefully as you earn it. Chapter 6. Freedom is the highest dividend. Why do people really want money? Many say it is for comfort. Some say it is for safety. Others say it is for pleasure. But if we look deeper, the highest reason is freedom. Freedom to wake up when you want. Freedom to spend your time how you wish. Freedom to say no to things that hurt you. Freedom is the highest dividend money can pay. Think about this. If someone offered you $10 million but said you could never choose your own time again, you must always do what they tell you, would you take it? Most people would say no, because the real value of money is not in what you buy. It is in the control it gives you over your life. There was a man who worked in a company for 30 years. He earned well. He had a big house and many things. But when you looked at him, he was always tired. His face showed no joy. Why? Because every day, his time belonged to someone else. He had money but no freedom. And then there was another man who earned less. He lived in a small house. He had fewer things, but his time was his. He chose when to work, when to rest, when to play with his children. His life looked simple, but his smile looked rich. He was free. Retention spike. The biggest return on money is not luxury. It is liberty. Many people make the mistake of chasing money without asking, what do I really want from it? They think more money will always equal more happiness. But studies show that once your basic needs are met, food, home, safety, extra money brings less and less happiness. What brings more joy is the ability to choose your own life. So, what does this mean for you? It means before you run after more, stop and ask, how much freedom do I have today? If your time is fully controlled by others, then maybe money is not serving you. Maybe you are serving money. Here's a powerful truth. Real wealth is not about buying more things. Real wealth is about buying back your time. So, my friend, as you think about money, do not only think about numbers. Think about freedom. Because when you control your time, you control your life. And that is the richest feeling of all. Chapter 7. Saving the Silent Hero. Most people think wealth comes only from income. They think the answer is to earn more, work more, chase more. But the truth is, wealth does not depend only on what you earn. It depends on what you keep. Saving is the silent hero of wealth. Saving does not shout. It does not show itself quickly. You do not post about it on social media. People cannot see it when you walk on the street. But it works quietly in the background, building your safety, your freedom, your future. Here is the surprising thing. You do not need a big income to save. You need a strong mindset. There are people who earn little but save a part of it. And over time, they build something strong. There are also people who earn a lot but spend everything. They look rich but live weak. The difference is not income. The difference is saving. Think about this line. Wealth is not what you see. Wealth is what you don't see. The car on the road, the clothes, the gadgets, these are spending. Real wealth is invisible. It is the money saved, the safety net, the freedom fund. I once heard a story of a teacher. She never earned much, but she saved a little every month. After many years, she had enough to retire peacefully. She never looked rich when she was young, but she lived rich when she was old. Why? Because she honored saving. Retention spike. Every dollar you save is a seed of freedom. And saving is not only about money. It is about training your mind. It is saying, I do not need to show off today. I will build peace for tomorrow. That is power. That is strength. Of course, people will tempt you. Ads will scream, buy this now. Friends will show you new things. The world will tell you, spend more, enjoy now. But your inner voice can answer, I choose to save. I choose to build my tomorrow. So, my friend, remember this. Saving is not weakness. Saving is strength. It is the quiet discipline that makes sure you can face the unknown. It is the shield that protects you when risk arrives. It is the bridge that carries you toward freedom. If you learn to save, even a little, you are already wealthier than many who spend everything. Because the silent hero is always stronger than the loud desire. Chapter 8. Reasonable, rational. In books and theories, money often looks simple. Charts, numbers, logic, and rules. They say, if you follow this formula, you will always succeed. But real life is different. Real life is messy, emotional, and unpredictable. That is why, when it comes to money, being reasonable is often better than being perfectly rational. Let me explain. Rational means cold logic. It means making choices only by numbers, without feelings. Reasonable means using both logic and emotion. It means choosing what lets you sleep peacefully at night. And this makes more sense because we are not machines. We are human. Imagine this. A rational investor might say, the stock market always grows in the long run. Put all your money there. But a reasonable person says, I will invest, but I will also keep some cash. Because if I lose my job, I need quick safety. I need peace now. That is not perfect logic, but it is reasonable. And reasonable is what helps you survive. I once met a man who was obsessed with being rational. He took every risk possible because the math said it was good. But when the market dropped, he panicked. He sold everything at the worst time. Why? Because he forgot he was not a robot. His heart was human. His fear was human. Now think of another man who was more balanced. He did not always pick the best logical choice, but he picked what was safe enough, peaceful enough, steady enough. And because he stayed calm, he stayed in the game. In the long run, he did better than the rational man. Retention spike. Survival matters more than perfection. Money is not only about growing numbers. It is about staying in the game long enough to let growth happen. And for that, reasonable decisions win, because they are decisions you can actually live with. This lesson is bigger than money. It touches all of life. Sometimes the perfect diet plan fails because it is too strict. The perfect study schedule fails because it is too hard. But a reasonable plan works, not because it is perfect, but because you can live with it. So, my friend, don't chase perfection. Chase peace. Make choices you can stick with for years, not days, because the power of money is not in the perfect plan. It is in the plan you can continue without breaking. In the psychology of money, reasonable is greater than rational. Because you are not a number. You are a person. Chapter 9. The Seduction of Wealth. Money has a strange power. It pulls us in. It makes us dream. It makes us believe that once we have more, all our problems will vanish. This is the seduction of wealth. And many people fall into it without even knowing. We imagine the future with money. A bigger house, a faster car, endless comfort, endless joy. We see pictures on social media of people living grand lives, and we think, if only I had that, I would be happy. But the truth is more complicated. Money can solve problems, yes, but it cannot remove human pain, fear, or emptiness. There was a famous actor who earned millions. He had fame, power, and money. But in his private life, he was lonely and broken. He once said, "I wish everyone could be rich and famous, so they would know it is not the answer." His words carry truth, because money magnifies what you already are. If you are happy, it gives you tools to enjoy more. If you are empty, it gives you ways to hide, but the emptiness remains. The danger of wealth is not in money itself. The danger is in desire without end. When you believe that one more dollar, one more promotion, one more possession will finally make you complete, you enter a race that never finishes. The finish line keeps moving, and you run until your heart is tired. Retention spike. Chasing money without purpose is like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. So, what can we do? The answer is balance. Earn money, yes. Save it, yes. But do not let it become your master. Ask yourself, why do I want more money? Is it for freedom, peace, or love? Or is it only for comparison? If the answer is only comparison, you will never win, because there will always be someone with more. A wise man once said, "Wealth is not about having great possessions. It is about having few wants." When your wants are endless, even billions cannot fill the hole. When your wants are simple, even little feels rich. So, my friend, be careful of the seduction of wealth. Do not let the dream of more blind you to the gift of enough. Enjoy what you have. Be grateful. Grow wisely. And remember that real wealth is not about money in your pocket. Real wealth is about peace in your heart. Chapter 10. You are not alone. When we think about money, we often think it is just about us, our choices, our hard work, our discipline. But money is never just personal. Money lives in society. It is shaped by culture, history, and the people around us. You are not alone in the way you think about money. Think about your parents. Did they worry about bills? Did they teach you to save? Or did they tell you, spend it while you can, life is short? Their voices still live in your mind. Think about your friends. Do they buy the newest things and tempt you to do the same? Or do they live simple and make you feel safe with less? Money is not only your story, it is also the story of the people around you. And there is history, too. Imagine growing up in a time of war, when food was scarce. Imagine growing up in a time of economic boom, when jobs were everywhere. These experiences shape how generations think about money. That is why your grandparents may fear debt, while your younger friends may not think twice about it. Each person carries the history they lived through. Here is the deep truth. Your money habits are not only about who you are. They are about where you came from, who you learned from, and what you have seen. I once spoke to a young woman who never saved. She spent everything she earned. When asked why, she said, "Because when I was a child, my parents lost their jobs. I learned that tomorrow is never sure. So I spend today. Another man saved everything and spent nothing. Why? Because he grew up in poverty. He still carried that fear. Both were shaped by their past. This is why judging others for how they handle money is dangerous. We do not know their full story. We do not know what scars or lessons they carry. Retention spike. Before you judge someone's money choices, remember they are fighting battles you cannot see. But this truth is also powerful for you. Because once you see your money story is not only yours, you can choose. You can ask, does this story serve me? Or is it only my past speaking? You can honor your history, but also build a new future. So, my friend, remember you are not alone. The way you think about money is connected to family, culture, history, and society. When you understand this, you stop blaming yourself so harshly. And you also stop comparing yourself blindly to others, because their story is different from yours. In the psychology of money, wisdom begins with compassion for yourself and for others. Chapter 11. The cost of everything. Everything in life has a price, not just in money, but in time, energy, peace, and emotion. The psychology of money teaches us to look beyond the price tag and see the hidden cost, because nothing is free, not even wealth itself. When you buy a new car, the price is not only the dollars you pay, the price is also the worry of maintenance, the stress of keeping it safe, the hours of work you gave to earn that money. When you chase a higher salary, the price may be your evenings, your weekends, or your health. When you choose to invest, the price is living with uncertainty and risk. Many people make choices without seeing these hidden costs. They say yes to everything, then wonder why they feel tired and empty. But wisdom is not about avoiding cost. Wisdom is about choosing which cost is worth paying. Let me give you an example. A father once worked day and night to give his children the best life. He bought them toys, clothes, and trips. But the hidden cost was time. He was never home. One day, his child said, "Dad, I don't want more toys. I just want you." The father realized he had paid the wrong price. Now think of another story. A young woman chose a simpler job that paid less. Her friends laughed at her. But she had evenings free. She had weekends with her family. She had peace. She paid the cost of less money, but she gained the reward of more life. Retention spike. Every choice has a cost. The question is, are you willing to pay it? This lesson is powerful because it teaches us to stop asking, how much does it cost? And start asking, what is it really costing me? Money can always come and go, but time and peace are harder to replace. So, my friend, as you move through life, look carefully. When you say yes to something, what are you saying no to? When you choose one road, what road are you leaving behind? This is the real psychology of money. The cost of everything is not always written in numbers. It is written in your heart, your time, and your soul. Choose wisely, because at the end of life, you will not count dollars, you will count moments. Chapter 12. Your Own Story. At the end of all lessons, there is one truth. Your psychology of money is personal. There is no single rule that works for everyone. What gives peace to one person may give fear to another. What looks like success to you may look like failure to someone else. And that is okay, because money, in the end, is not about numbers, it is about meaning. You must write your own story. Do not copy blindly the life of the rich and famous. Do not let society tell you what success should look like. Ask yourself, what does money mean to me? Is it safety? Is it freedom? Is it giving? Is it building something for my children? Your answer will shape your path. I once met a couple who lived very simply. They never traveled far, never wore expensive clothes, but they were always laughing. When asked about their life, they said, "We decided long ago that happiness for us is time together, not things. So we save enough, we work enough, but we never chase more than what gives us peace." That was their story. Another person I knew loved to create businesses. For him, money was not about comfort. It was about the thrill of building, the joy of creating jobs for others. He worked hard, risked much, but it gave him meaning. That was his story. The danger is not in being different. The danger is in not knowing your own truth. If you live only by other people's rules, you will always feel empty. If you define your own enough, your own balance, your own reason, you will live with strength. Retention spike. You cannot win at someone else's game. You can only win at your own. So, my friend, write your own story of money. Let it be wise. Let it be free. Let it be full of peace. Do not let fear or greed control you. Let understanding and choice guide you. And always remember, the psychology of money is not about becoming the richest person in the world. It is about becoming the calmest, the wisest, and the happiest version of yourself. Thank you for walking this journey with me. You have stayed until the end, and that shows your heart is ready for wisdom, not just numbers. I hope you now see money in a new way, not as a master, but as a tool. Not as a number, but as a story. Your story. Remember this: true wealth is not found in the bank. It is found in your mind, your choices, and your freedom. Subscribe for more motivational audiobooks and stories in easy English. Share this video with someone who needs it. Save this for a time when you feel lost or tired. And above all, never forget, you are the author of your own story with money. Make it a story of peace, freedom, and wisdom.